Welcome, everyone. This is Terry Bybee, and we are here for our Mercury Retrograde repatterning. And I will fess up. I don't think I need to. Y'all know that this has been a Mercury Retrograde repatterning. So we had, count them now, 3 different issues as I was going along, thinking I kept fixing them, and they didn't get fixed, or something new came along. And so thank goodness we actually figured it out yesterday that y'all didn't get the Zoom links because something didn't connect right. So it's been a journey. It's been so exciting. And you know what? I was talking to my team, and if we ended up with no statements and 2 people here, it still would have worked, because we do have those recording capabilities, because energy has no limitation of time and space, and it is what it is. So I'm grateful that y'all are here and actually able to be present, because you figured it out and we're right there on the spot with me. So I'm glad to see you. And thank goodness, once again, I offer these as a gift to the community twofold. Number one, I need it. And if I need it, I figure other people need it too. And so what better way to connect to the community to gift them with something that I know can be truly valuable. And as we work together, that much more expansive in the energies and benefits that we receive. So just really, really grateful for y'all to be here. And I'm going to turn it over to Kaylin to give us a little background about what's going on right now, besides my roller coaster ride.
I've had my own roller coaster ride. No voice. My voice is coming back. It's still raspy, but I can, at least you can probably hear me, hopefully, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, awesome. So interestingly about this Mercury retrograde is that back in, I think it was early January, December, I didn't look that date up exactly. It conjuncted Pluto and then went into Aquarius, and it will station retrograde in Aquarius. Pluto's in Capricorn, by the way, in case you don't know. It'll station retrograde on January 14th on the day that Venus rises as morning star and starts a new synodic cycle. She will stay retrograde until January 29th, and she will come back and meet with Pluto for the 3rd time. She's already done it twice. For the 3rd time, March 3rd. And then Mercury is going to meet with Pluto 2 more times. I just wrote the dates down here because I knew I wouldn't remember them. So on February, let's see, what I didn't write. Oh, January 22nd. Yeah, well, oh, I'm sorry. So I don't have the 2nd time written down. I don't know what I was thinking when I was writing this, but anyway, Mercury will be retrograde from January 14th to February 3rd, and it starts in Aquarius and ends in Capricorn. It passes by Pluto, I think around the 30th of January, and then it stations within a couple degrees, and it comes back to Pluto on the 11th of February. So we have all this Pluto energy, both with Mercury and Venus happening, that helps us to die to what isn't serving us. Our perception of what we think is true, maybe that is not as true as we thought, or our perception of who we think we are, maybe not who we really are. So we get to die to all of that. So this Mercury retrograde and the Venus retrograde are both helping us with that process. And when it's starting out in Aquarius, the Mercury retrograde starting in Aquarius, it's about what are the fixated ways that we see our reality? How are we perceiving our reality? What have we been told is our reality? Are we believing what we're being told is our reality? Are we willing to question our reality? And it turns out that Mercury is with Saturn, within 10 degrees of Saturn most of the time. It's going to move out of the 10-degree orb on January 22nd. But Saturn's also in Aquarius. Saturn's most like Capricorn. So we have this whole Saturn, Capricorn, Aquarius thing going on, the back and forth between that. And basically asking us to question everything. And that, and I will say, having been sick, I have been questioning a lot. As you know, I had a certain picture of myself as being really vibrant and healthy. And this is the second time in 2 months I've lost my voice. And, and this is my actual Venus return that's happening. And so I'm like, oh yeah, funny for Mercury, ha. And, you know, of course, Terry having to go through all of the challenges of the technical things with all this going on too. It's like, Mercury is a jokester, a prankster, loves to play tricks. And that is what gets us to maybe look more deeply at not just going along with the status quo or what we've been told or what we think is supposed to be or should be or what we're being told it is or any of that. It's like, start questioning all of that. I'm sure you already have, you wouldn't be here, but this is what we're here to do right now. And Mercury's really helping up the ante on this process so that what we can do is then hopefully let go of this old reality that has limited us, has defined us, has, you know, maybe brought up the questions, am I good enough? You know, maybe I'm not doing enough, maybe I'm not enough in whatever way, those fears, because ultimately the only thing we really need to do to fulfill our purpose is to come from love and to be that higher vibrational energy of love. And the things we do entertain us and makes us maybe help us to feel like we are making a contribution. And that's a great thing. I'm not saying that's not a good thing. But we don't need to be telling ourselves, you know, this is like a Saturn thing, the voices of judgment that can come in and say, we're not doing enough, we should be doing more. Because if we're vibrating in that high vibrational energy of love, and if there's enough of us that do that on the planet, we will change everything in the blink of an eye. So thank you, Mercury, for all your tricks, for helping us to remember that we maybe we need to expand our perception and see things in a bigger way from a more cosmic perspective as we begin the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. And when we end it in Capricorn, it will be that all these great ideas will have the ability to bring and put them into a form that is sustainable, works, gets the best results for the least amount of effort. So there you go.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And what I was going to look real quick. What is our time frame? Let's see. Through the end of the month, it looks like Mercury's in retrograde. Is that
February 3.
So February 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I looked at this wrong.
Yeah. So
all
it
right.
goes direct, and it's at 24 Capricorn when it goes direct, and then it'll catch up to Pluto and like a week later at 27 Capricorn. Which might
and
have
we're only like a week in advance of it actually going into retrograde.
Yes. So we're already in the shadow of the retrograde.
Yeah. It feels like for about a month, maybe 3. I don't know.
Well,
feels
Venus
like it.
Also being retrograde has amped it up because Venus is a rare retrograde. It only goes retrograde every 19 months. Mercury 3 times a year, sometimes 4. But it's a rare retrograde to have, and then to have Venus and Mercury retrograde together. Whew.
For
the
sure.
Trying to get us to shift into a new reality. I'm just saying it's to help.
All right. Thank you so much, Kaylin. And appreciate the fact that Drew's been kind enough to offer to be the voice of the group since Kaylin's raspy and we don't want her worrying too much about damaging what she is healing. All right. So again, thank you and welcome everyone. This is being recorded and it will be made available to all participants, all registrants, whether you register the first time or the second time, we got you. As far as getting that information out, because of the interesting times we've had, I'm going to give us a week after we do the recording to get the recording out. Because just who knows, maybe it'll be quicker, who knows. Also, if you find this really beneficial and you want to share it with someone else, you can actually send that registration link to your friends, family, and I will then include them energetically and give them the recording that they can check into. So know that that's something you can do after the fact as well. Just checking in to see if there's anything more I need to share before we get going. And I think we're okay. Okay. So Drew, do I have your permission to muscle check for you and the group?
Yes.
All right. So for the group's highest and best, we're going to start with orientation. Yes, we are. All right. So we need something from orientation to self. We do. We need something from A, B, C, D, E. It's about receiving benefit from the session. So it's our child aspect. No, it's the adult. We need any ages. We do not. And just a reminder that I write everything down. We check it the first time, see how we're not connecting the way we would desire, meaning that our problems are present and our intentions, we have a bit of a distance. We want to flip that. So that's why we go through the repatterning, do the, to bring up the information, do the energy modality to shift it. And then we go through again so that we can verify all of our shifts have been made. All right, Drew. And I do actually recommend that you speak it as well with your mute on, but that way you, in that way, you actually participate that little bit deeper. If you choose not to do it, you still get all of the benefits, but it keeps you present and it keeps you in the energy. So here's what we're going to say. My adult aspect is ready to receive.
My adult aspect is ready to receive
100% benefit from this session.
100% benefit from this session.
And we're off as expected. All right. We need something more in this section. No. We need something from C, from D. Orientation to time is needed. We need A, about being in our bodies. All right. Say, I am anchored in the present and in my body.
I am anchored in the present and in my body.
So I move with focused attention toward my purpose.
So I move with focused attention towards my purpose.
And what is energizing, coherent, and life-giving.
And what is energizing, coherent, and life-giving.
We're actually on for that consciously. I'm going to check umbilically at the belly button, and we are umbilically off. And that just means that there's some unconscious thing that's been getting in the way of that lately. So the good news, we don't have to know what that unconscious thing is, but we're going to shift it. So yay. All right. We need something from B, from C. We need anything more as far as statements from orientation. We do not. We need an orientation modality at this time. We do not. Okay, so it's just part of the session. Going back to the mandala. And we need something from, we're going straight to problems. And we do have, I have a little list and then tiny, tiny writing because I had a printing adventure as well. So I have a list for the problem statements, and let's see if that's where we're going to start. We're going to start. Yep, that's where we're starting. Okay, so the problem, the statement or the question that I asked to help uncover the problem was, what current blocks limit your connection to the field of all possibilities, love, and inspiration? So I've got a list here, and I'm just going to check. We need everything on the list? No. And that just means there's some priorities or keys to our transformation. It does not in any way discount any of the other statements. So we need something here. We do. We need this, 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 this. We have plenty. All right, we're going to check these all together. No, they're all separate. Okay. All right. So first problem statement, say, I am not heard.
I am not heard.
We are on for that. Say, I have indecision about what I really want.
I have indecision about what I really want.
We are on for that. All right. Is this all together? It is. Okay. And they can just be words. Yes. Say separation,
separation,
judgment,
judgment,
lack of clarity,
lack of clarity,
fear,
fear,
hopelessness.
hopelessness.
And we are on for all that. That's a heavy load. I feel it in my chest, feel it in my heart. So great to bring it up so we can move it on. All right. I can just do this as it's written. Say depression,
Depression,
feelings of lack or limiting.
feelings of lack or limiting.
We are on for that as well. All right. Say lack of trust.
Lack of trust,
That is on. Say early life core trauma
early life core trauma,
and its effects.
and its effects.
That is on. We need all of this. Yeah. All right. Say, I need to make money by selling off my old stuff,
I need to make money by selling off my old stuff,
but I think I should really just give it away.
but I think I should really just give it away.
But then I have thoughts, I do not have enough.
But then I have thoughts, I do not have enough.
And we're on for that convoluted thinking around need and lack. Okay, one more. Let's see, and this could be the way this is written as well. Say addiction,
Addiction,
feeling helpless and powerless over addiction.
feeling helpless and powerless over addiction.
And that is on. And just adding to that, we have the addictions that we think of fairly obviously, whether it's gambling or drinking or smoking or whatever, but it could be addictions to certain feelings or emotions or thoughts. So that's a really great one to have come up in this heavy, heavy energy we're experiencing right now to help us move through it. Whichever level of addiction or multiple addictions you may or may not have. All right, so let me just check. There are additional problems that we need to bring to the table at this time. There are not. Okay, let's see what else we're going to look at in our problems and opportunities section. We need something more here. We do. We need something from B, from C. All right, this one we will have a little interaction. I'm going to start with, oops, get my notes here correct. I'm going to start with Drew as the voice of the group, and then we'll see if we need to open it up. There's a bit of a statement that goes with it, so I'm going to write that out before I ask the question. Almost have it. All right, here we go. So the question, Drew, I'm going to ask you to kind of tap into the group, see what comes up. So what are you afraid of?
My anger,
What else?
change,
What else?
strong emotions,
I'm going to take a moment here. We need to open it to the group. Yeah. So if you have something, I'll ask you to unmute. And it's, if I can see you, it's helpful because then I know that you want to talk to me. If I can't see you, I'm going to just guess. So if you have something, if you're on video, raise your hand so that I can just call on you. Laura, go ahead.
Being alone.
Do you have any others?
That encompasses it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Not being seen as a normal, healthy woman. More normal.
Okay, is it be about being seen about?
Yeah.
Okay,
Not being seen as a normal, healthy woman.
right, and I'm checking
Oh.
to get the words for the group, and it's exactly that, it is. Okay. And of course, if we have any men listening, you just switch it to men. Burke, is it Burke?
Birka,
Birka, thank you.
Birka, yes. Failure.
Okay. Anyone, anything else?
Look and see who has their hand up.
Oh, Betty, I see your little hand. Oh, I didn't even see the hands. Thank you.
There are other people who have their hands up
I
too.
see that now.
The overwhelming work involved in moving a house across the country.
All right, and I'm going to just check, does
Yeah.
overwhelm work? It does. So
Yeah.
we'll be specifically for you that full statement, and then for everyone else,
Yeah.
we go with overwhelm.
Yeah, because I was checking with you and some of the other things don't apply to me, but the fear of the giant amount of work does. So I
Got
get
it.
that.
Got it. All right, Joya.
Overwhelming amount of work associated with success. And also I'd add on a second one of judgment.
Okay. All right. And Dorothy?
Just that sad or depression won't lift or end. I know it will intellectually, but I always have that fear when I get in.
Right. And you do not have to explain yourself ever when it comes to these, because we go with the words and the energy behind them. So totally got you there. Okay. Anyone else? Well, let's just check. We need to list something more. We do not. So thank you all for participating. Okay, so we've got a nice list here. Well, not a nice list, but you know what I mean. All right, so in this list, there's a primary of primaries. Again, we're moving some stuff. There's a primary or primaries. There is not. It's all of these. Yes, together. Yes. All right. All right, Drew, here we go. And again, y'all can say it as well, just to keep you really involved in the energy. Say, Drew, say, I am stressed out by my fear.
I am stressed out by my fear
Of my anger.
of my anger,
Change.
change,
Strong emotions.
strong emotions,
Being alone.
being alone,
Not being seen as a normal, healthy woman.
not being seen as a normal, healthy woman,
Failure.
failure,
Immense overwhelm,
immense overwhelm,
especially with the work for success.
especially with the work for success,
Judgment.
judgment,
And that the sadness and depression will never end.
and that the sadness and depression will never end.
And there is no action I can do
And there is no action I can do
to alleviate my stress.
to alleviate my stress.
And we are on for that heavy, heavy load. Okay. All right, so let's see what's next. So that was here. We need something more in this section. We do. We need something from D, E, F. There's we're going to identify a specific brain area involved of the 7 major brain areas. Let's see. And it could be, I'm going to check. It's more than one. It's not. So we're focusing on one today. All right. So it's this. It's the temporal lobes where issues manifest as anger, blowing things out of proportion, disorganization, or violence. Let's see specifically what we're talking about. All right. So we're gonna identify the non-coherence involved. There's 12 here. So for the group, there's only one. Yes, it's 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7. And there's multiples options. We need them all. We need more than one. We do. And these are all specific to underactive temporal lobes. So we need this one, this one, this one, this one. So 2 came up. They're gonna be checked together. Nope. All right. Say I space out.
I space out.
We're on for that. Say I am forgetful.
I am forgetful.
And we are on for that. Okay. Then we're going to check for the coherence needed. And there are 7. For the group, we need more than one. We do. So the first one is something 1 to 4. It's 1, 2, 3. Is this just others? There's there was this place to put a person in, but in this case for us, it's others. Say I am accurate in how I see others' emotional state.
I am accurate in how I see others' emotional state.
We think we're on for that. Consciously we're on for that. Umbilically we're off. All right. And we need another one. Yes, something 1 to 4. No, 5, 6, 7. Imagine how this was years ago when you didn't have a video to know that I was actually there and doing something and it was just silence on the phone. All right. We have 2 different options. We need them both. We need this one. We need this one. I do appreciate technology. I'm just going to put that out there. All right. So the statement, say, I easily find the right words
I easily find the right words
to express my thoughts.
to express my thoughts.
We are off for that. We need another statement. Nope, that's what we needed. Okay. All right, so that was the major brain area. We need something more from this section. We do. We need something from G, from H. Okay, so we talked about addiction earlier, and we're going to specify here, and I'm going to open it to the group. So the question is, what addiction do you have that is in some way related to the problems we've listed? What addiction?
Isolation.
I'm going to add playing it small. Go ahead, and if you have something, just
I'm going to say
unmute.
playing it safe. Playing it safe.
Got it.
Getting distracted.
Okay, 1 second. I want to make sure I capture that. That was getting distracted. Is that what I heard? Okay. What else?
The doing addiction
Doing. Okay.
as a way to avoid what you feel or to avoid what you maybe really need to be paying attention to.
All right. Do we need to add the in order to? Nope. The doing will capture all that, but I'm glad you added it and spoke it. All right. What else? We'd have more. What else do we want to lay out so that we can shift?
Resentment.
Okay. No, I feel that one in my heart. We need to list anything more? We do not. Just making sure. Oh, wait, I have a hand. Is that a new hand or an old hand, Joya?
That was an old hand.
Okay.
And since you said we're complete, then never mind.
Okay. And you could lower your hand, and I'm just, because I'm not seeing the hands, I'll just ask y'all to just share when it's time. All right, so we've got a list here. We need all of these, we actually do. All right. Together, yes. All right. Say, I'm addicted to isolation.
I'm addicted to isolation.
Playing it small and safe.
Playing it small and safe.
Getting distracted.
Getting distracted.
The doing addiction.
The doing addiction.
And resentment.
And resentment.
We are on for that. Okay. Those will all be really nice to lift and clear, moving away from that. Okay. So okay. So we need something more in this section. No, we need something in this section. No. We need anything more from problems and opportunities. We do not. Okay, going back to the mandala, next we're going to look at intentions. And again, I do have a list, so we'll start with that. So for the group's highest and best, we need everything on the list. We do. We need them all together. We do. Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier for Drew and myself. And then we'll check to see if we need anything in addition to what we've got here. And there may be a little bit of repetition. I'm not sure. I didn't read in that closely. The question that we answered for our intentions was, what insight beyond your current reality are you ready to activate? And what action will you take to change your life and allow your greater freedom of being? Okay, so the statements, here we go, Drew. And again, I welcome you all to say it as well. Say freedom and enlightenment.
Freedom and enlightenment.
I break free from tyranny of self-limiting beliefs.
I break free from tyranny of self-limiting beliefs.
Clarity, kindness.
Clarity, kindness.
Breathing and tapping.
Breathing and tapping.
I receive abundance with the knowledge of my worthiness.
I receive abundance with the knowledge of my worthiness.
I am deserving.
I am deserving.
I am capable.
I am capable.
It is easy and I am filled with joy.
It is easy and I am filled with joy.
I trust myself.
I trust myself.
I am open, aware, and present.
I am open, aware, and present.
Magical thinking.
Magical thinking.
Being and staying in the heart, awake and aware.
Being and staying in the heart, awake and aware.
I flow smoothly.
I flow smoothly.
When I notice a negative thought spiral,
When I notice a negative thought spiral,
I immediately connect to my higher self.
I immediately connect to my higher self.
I manifest a fulfilling and magical life
I manifest a fulfilling and magical life
with my divine soulmate.
with my divine soulmate.
I trust in myself
I trust in myself
and source
and source,
that my dreams are my reality.
that my dreams are my reality.
I joyfully and with clear vision
I joyfully and with clear vision
open my heart to karmic romantic relationships
open my heart to karmic romantic relationships
and being in community
and being in community
as the upgraded version of me.
as the upgraded version of me.
I go into my heart with every thought and I go into my heart with every thought
I go into my heart with every thought
and meeting of people and situations.
and meeting of people and situations.
I develop better discernment.
I develop better discernment.
I let negative news be neutralized.
I let negative news be neutralized.
My inner voice is powerful and true.
My inner voice is powerful and true.
I release subconscious and unconscious blocks to move forward.
I release subconscious and unconscious blocks to move forward.
I live in the joyous presence of now.
I live in the joyous presence of now.
I slow down,
I slow down,
meditate,
meditate,
and get more clarity on what I want.
and get more clarity on what I want.
We need the rest of that. No. Okay. I have a year of incredible opportunities.
I have a year of incredible opportunities.
Daily meditation.
Daily meditation.
I am getting healthy again.
I am getting healthy again.
Miracles happen.
Miracles happen.
I ask for guidance.
I ask for guidance.
I let go of negative thoughts and beliefs
I let go of negative thoughts and beliefs
that have kept me imprisoned in smallness
that have kept me imprisoned and in smallness,
and step forth as the strong woman I am,
and step forward as the strong woman I am,
no matter what other people think.
no matter what other people think.
And we are off for that in the moment. All right, let me make one note. Okay, I think I got my little additions of I's and I ams in there. All right, we need to list something more. We do not. Okay, and that's a lot that we are buying into being ready. And let me restate that. That's a lot that we're ready to manifest, because the things that come up are those things that are in the now, ready to shift for us. That's both with problems as well as intentions. So our systems are saying, let's step in and step in big. So yay, woohoo. All right, so let's see. We need something more from this section. We don't. We need something here. We need something here. We need anything more from intentions for a new possibility. We do not. Okay, I'm going to take a quick sip of water. All right. So for the group's highest and best, next we're going to look at a repatterning. We are. Okay, let me get my list. We need something from primary, from unconscious, from chakra. It's one of the chakra repatternings. There's 4 here. So we need one, which is the chakra repatterning. Okay. All right. So we need to hear something from the introduction. We do not. We need to bring up any other problems than what we have already listed. We do not. So we're going to identify the primary chakra involved with the problem. Of the 7, it's 1 to 4, it's 5, it's 5. Okay. 5 is our ether, our throat chakra. Okay, so we're going to identify the non-coherence involved at the ether chakra. There are 18 here. All right, so for the group, it's something 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7. This is a big one. So this is how the throat chakra is involved in our problems. Say, my life is meaningless.
My life is meaningless.
That is on. I feel a whole weight from the top of my chest all the way to the bottom of my gut. So big, heavy energy we're carrying right now, but it's great because it's come up to shift. Get that crap off of us. All right. We need any others since we're working in a group. No, we need something from E. So we're going to look at the non-coherent emotional response involved, and this is specific to the ethos chakra. All right, and we've got 3 options. We need them all. We need this, we need this, we need this. And this has actually come up already. So we are specifying it now. Approaching it a slightly different way. Say, I feel depressed.
I feel depressed.
That is on. It also often goes with this season, especially if you're in a colder, darker place, but it is a seasonal energy that is often present. So good for us to bring that up and move it. Okay. We need something from F. We're going to identify a chakra shock. And let's see, so of the 7 chakras, it's 1 to 4, it's 5, it's 6. So we're at the brow chakra. All right, so let's see, there's 3 options for the group. We need 1. All right. Say shock from seeing something
Shock from seeing something
that is violent or shocking.
that is violent or shocking.
And we are on for that shock. Ooh, felt that too. Okay. We need something from G. We do not. From H, we're going to look at the physical resonance involved, and it could be different from the Ethos Chakra that we started with. So of the 7, it's 1 to 4, it's 1, it's 2. Actually, we're looking at the water chakra for the physical. All right, and there are 18 physical issues that we're looking at. So for the group, it's just 1. It is. It's 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7. All right, say dry skin.
Dry skin.
We are on for that. I kind of laughed to myself because, yeah, I'm definitely dealing with that with the heater on and all that. Okay. Or if you're just not getting enough water, that too. Okay. We're going to look at the vertebrae non-coherence involved. And we're looking at the first 5, the lower 5 chakras, which are our physical chakras. So it's 1 to 5 here. It's 1, 2, 3. So we'll look at the lumbar vertebrae. And L1 through L5. So it's L1, 2, 3, 4. So we're L4 fire chakra. And L4 is associated with sciatica, lumbago, backaches, and painful or frequent urination. For there's 4 different statements. The specific one is 1, 2, 3. Say, I feel powerless.
I feel powerless.
We are on for that. Okay. We're working some pretty heavy energies today, which I'm really grateful for personally and for the group, because being able to have this kind of community support to work this kind of energy, again, is exponential compared to what you could do for yourself by yourself. So I'm super grateful to have this energy being worked together. I'm gonna have another sip of water. All right. We need something from J. We're looking at the chakra triad circuit disruption involved. So all of our chakras have a triad of circuitry. The upper pole, which is usually from the waist up, neutral pole around the waistline, and negative pole is below the waistline. So of the 5, again, we're looking at the 5 more earthy physical chakras. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. So we're at fire again for the disruption. And so we're looking at the positive pole of the head and eyes, the neutral pole of the solar plexus and belly button, negative pole of the thighs. It's both thighs. Yes. Okay. Say disrupted energy in my fire chakra.
Disrupted energy in my fire chakra
At the negative pole of my thighs.
at the negative pole of my thighs.
That's on. Since this is kind of a physical representation of the disruption, it may be something a physical ailment issue that you notice with your thighs. If you don't notice it specifically for yourself, it could be energetic. And also when we're talking about this kind of disruption, it could be generational. So it could be something that someone else in the family experiences and that you also have some energetic connection to. We need something from Kay. We do. We're looking at chakra distortions. And this is specific to the one that we first identified, which was ether. Okay, so we need more than one? No, so it's A, B, C, D, E. So working with ether. And we have two options. We need them both. We need this, we need this. All right. Say the energy of my ether chakra
The energy in my ether chakra
flows out, flows out with too much force.
flows out with too much force.
We're off for that. Umbilically on, so that's maybe more unconscious. All right. Let's see what's next. I've definitely got ether chakra up and moving. Okay. We're going to identify the coherent chakra quality that we need in relation to the problem. And it's 1 for the whole group. It is. So of the 7 chakras, it's 1 to 4, it's 5, it's 6. We're back to brow. Okay. So the coherence needed, there are 10 here. So for the group, it's something 1 to 5. It's 1, 2, 3. Say, I am intuitive.
I am intuitive.
We are on for that, umbilically off. So I would venture to guess and think that I was right, that everyone on the call is intuitive, but for some reason we've got some unconscious block getting in the way. Maybe we're not feeling like we can see our future. Maybe we can not feeling like we can see our way. Or it could be that we're just not getting our messages as clearly as we normally do. So a really nice one, once again, to bring up, especially in these times that Kaylin was describing, where we have these opportunities to change our reality and take action as we go through this window of retrograde. All right, so that brought us to the end of that repetitive. Let me just check. There's something more we need as far as statements are concerned. There are. So I'm going back to the mandala. We need something more from orientation, problems, intentions, something more from a repatterning. It's something from primary, something from unconscious. It is. Of these 6, it's something 1 to 3, 4, 5. We're looking at the compensation repatterning. Okay. Okay, let's look at that. We need to hear something from the introduction. We do. We need all 3 paragraphs. We do. All right. So when this is the introduction to the compensation repatterning, when unconditional love is perceived as absent, or when our life needs are perceived as not being met, we unconsciously develop non-coherent beliefs about ourselves, others, and life, and move into compensation as a way to receive the attention we need for our survival. Without attention, positive or negative, there is no survival. Compensations are also an unconscious attempt to receive the unconditional love we perceived as missing. Even though our compensation allowed us to survive the pain of not feeling loved, it is still a substitute. Fundamentally, every compensation, no matter how successful, represents a collapsed or overly assertive stress response from the past when our needs were not met. This stress response compensation is then superimposed on our present relationships. Living from our compensation, even if it provides us with some kind of attention, prevents us from giving and receiving love, the most fundamental of all needs. After transforming our non-coherent compensation pattern, we begin to recognize when we are falling back into the old habitual compensation stress response as a substitute for the unconditional love we need and want. Our point of choice in the present is either to reactivate the non-coherent stress response neural pathways of our survival compensation to get attention, or to create new coherent neural pathways for giving and receiving love. The compensation repatterning supports us in going for love. And that again ties into what Kaylin was talking about at the very beginning. Okay. We've already identified the problems we're working with. Yes. So we're going to identify the type of compensation involved. There's a collapse compensation. There is. All right. And there are 12 specific to look at. So for the group, it's just one. It is. So it's 1 to 5. It's 1, 2. Shyness. All right. You withdraw because the world doesn't feel safe. The environment feels harsh and you fear criticism and rejection. So the statement, we've got 3 different options. We need them all. We need them all together. So they're each separate. Okay. All right, first statement. Say, I isolate myself so as to survive.
I isolate myself so as to survive.
That is on. Right. Say, I distrust people.
I distrust people.
That is on. Say, I am afraid of people.
I am afraid of people.
That is on. And all 3 of these statements are so evocative in the different levels of meaning that can be involved because of this whole pandemic situation, as well as the fact that we have been isolating that, as well as, I mean, just all the things that have been going on for the past couple of years, as well as what you might be feeling individually, even outside of that. So, yeah, we definitely had some collapse and a sense of shyness going on around all that. Okay, we need something from the overly assertive. We do not. All right, so we need something from D. So we're going to look at the coherent non-compensation way of being free of the collapse compensation. And are we going to go to shyness? We are not. So it's going to be a different one. All right, so it's still working at the kind of the antidote of collapse. So there are 12. So for the group, it's just 1. Yes, so it's 1 to 5. It's 6 to 10. It's 6. 6 is suppression. So this is the antidote of suppression. And we have 1 statement with some options. All right, get that written out. It's about our expressing ourselves. We need all of these options. We do. Okay. All right. Say, I am loved,
I am loved,
accepted,
accepted,
and safe.
and safe.
When I express my feelings,
When I express my feelings,
sexuality,
sexuality,
needs,
needs,
and personality.
and personality.
And that is off. And that really touched on a lot of the statements that did come up. So again, beautiful. All right, we need something more here. No. My fingers are dry and I can't get the page to turn. All right, we need something from B. No. We're going to identify a color frequency that's needed to support the creation of the new neural pathways in relation to the compensation. We need scarlet, red, orange, yellow, lime, green, turquoise, blue. We need any others? No, it's blue. All right, so I have some lenses. So here is blue. Let's see if we can, how well we can see it. Oh, that's pretty good. So this is our blue that we are getting in touch with. All right. So it's something that the way we're going to do this, let's see, is I'm going to hold it in front of the lens. Nope, we don't need to do that. So I'm going to just intend that everyone takes this blue energy in through their eyes. And then I'm going to have you close your eyes. Yes, we need a specific direction. No, and close your eyes. And this is the blue. And actually, I'm going to look at it for us as well. Yes. So looking at blue, I want you to close your eyes. And you're breathing in this blue. This is the frequency that's needed to help with this new neural pathway we're creating. This pathway of being loved, accepted, and safe when we express our feelings, our sexuality needs, and our personality. Breathing that in, feeling the blue infiltrate our whole system. It's just flowing over us. It's flowing through us. This beautiful, vibrant blue, washing away the darkness, any murkiness, blocks, limitations, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, breathing it in. And when we breathe out, we're releasing. Breathing in the blue. If you can't see it in your mind's eye, just say blue. Your system is so intelligent. It knows the blue. It's seeing the blue. It understands the blue. Breathing the blue in. Feeling it, seeing it, smelling it, hearing it. Breathing it out. The murkiness, the darkness, the limitations, the blocks, the non-coherence. Breathing it in. Filling your whole system, top of your head, tips of your toes. Exhaling, releasing. Breathing it in, filling yourself up, lighting yourself up. Vibrant, energetic, loving, blue. Breathing out, releasing anything getting in the way. Breathing in the flow of blue. Breathing out blocks, limitations. All right, just taking a moment, breathing a normal rate, giving yourself a moment to integrate. Noticing any feelings, emotions, thoughts that came up during. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. All right, if you did notice something, I'd be happy to hear about it. So if you want to share anything, what you might have experienced. And no is an okay answer. All right. I'll just say that my chest feels a lot lighter than it did because we had been working with some really heavy energies. So I feel that. Kaylin, were you going to share something?
Yes. So I've been using a mantra for 4 years now, I think, that says, I am safe, supported, accepted, valued with love and joy. So this was just amazing because I feel like it took it to a whole other level because I've been using this mantra pretty much daily. And it was from something I did with someone who was like, look at your first part of your life, look at your young life, your teenage life, your adult life, and you come up with words that would have made that time in your life better if you had had that in your life, so that you can start calling that in. That was what that was all about. So that was feeling safe, supported, accepted, and valued. That's where all that came. And then what do you want in your future life? Love and joy. So I just think this is so great. I'm so excited that this is what came up.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay. So I'm going to check because I think that was our modality, even though it was kind of part of the session. So,
Joya has her hand raised.
oh, who does?
Joya.
Yeah.
Joya, go ahead.
I just wanted to share too. I moved this past year and recently realized I need to do a kitchen remodel in 2022 this year. Was not planning on that, but it needs to be done. And the other day I was thinking, well, what in the world colors am I going to use? And the idea of blue and white popped into my head. And then as you, Terry, were beginning that exercise, you had the blue against the white piece of paper. Those were the exact colors that I had kind of visualized. So that to me is just great confirmation that those are the colors I need. That's the energy I need to bring in. And I love the statement that Kaylin said, and the one that you also said. They were very similar, actually, about, bringing in being safe, supported, loved, accepted, and valued. And feeling safe to express yourself. So that's wonderful. Now I'm even more excited about the kitchen remodel.
I'm with Eileen. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So any other sharing? All right. I'm going to check one more time. Another modality is needed. No, blue was the key today. And I do want to point out how simple an energetic modality can be. I know you all probably have different ones you use, but just remember, something as simple as visualizing blue, breathing it in, infusing yourself can be immensely powerful. So it doesn't have to be a 30-minute meditation where we totally empty our minds. Maybe we have 60 seconds and we can do something like blue, as well as other things that you might have in your tool belt. Just remember, it can be simple. We can make it easy. All right. So with that having been said, we are ready to recheck our statements. We're going to start at the beginning once again. We are. Okay. So now we're going through and we're seeing how everything has shifted. And again, I'll invite you to speak it with me if you choose. And Drew, here we go. So we're starting with our orientation statements. Say, my adult aspect is ready to receive.
My adult aspect is ready to receive
100% benefit from this session.
100% benefit from this session.
And that is on. Yay. This one's umbilical. Say, I am anchored in the present and in my body.
I'm anchored in the present and in my body.
So I move with focused attention toward my purpose.
So I move with focused attention toward my purpose.
And what is energizing, coherent, and life-giving.
And what is energizing, coherent, and life-giving.
Oops, umbilically on. Yay. So at every level. Yay. All right. And then we looked at our problem statements, and they were each separate. Say, I am not being heard.
I am not being heard.
Cleared. Yay. I have indecision about what I really want.
I have indecision about what I really want.
Cleared. Say, separation.
Separation.
Judgment.
Judgment.
Lack of clarity.
Lack of clarity.
Fear.
Fear.
Hopelessness.
Hopelessness.
Cleared. Yay. And that felt a lot different in my body when we did this one. Oh. All right. Say, depression.
Depression.
Feelings of lack or limiting.
Feelings of lack or limiting.
Cleared. All right. Say, lack of trust.
Lack of trust.
Cleared. All right. Say, early life core trauma.
Early life core trauma.
And its effects.
And its effects.
Cleared. Say, I need to make money by selling off my old stuff,
I need to make money by selling off my old stuff,
but I think I should really just give it away.
but I think I should really just give it away.
But I have the thought that I do not have enough.
But I have the thought that I do not have enough.
Cleared. All right. So cleared that whole energetic conundrum that was going on there around money and lack and not having enough. All right. The final problem statement on the sheet, say addiction,
Addiction,
feeling helpless and powerless over addiction.
feeling helpless and powerless over addiction.
Cleared. Yay. All right. All right. Then we asked about fear, what we feared. Say, I'm stressed out by my fear
I'm stressed out by my fear
of my anger,
of my anger,
change,
change,
strong emotions,
strong emotions,
being alone,
being alone,
not being seen as a normal, healthy woman,
not being seen as a normal, healthy woman,
by failure,
by failure,
overwhelm,
overwhelm,
especially around work for success,
especially around work for success,
fear of judgment,
fear of judgment,
and that sadness and depression, that the sadness and depression will never end.
and that the sadness and depression will never end.
And there is no action I can do
And there is no action I can do
to alleviate my stress.
to alleviate my stress.
Cleared. Yay. Again, I feel much lighter going through it this time. Then we found out it was our temporal lobes that are associated with the issues. The non-coherence, we had a couple different statements. Say, I space out.
I space out.
Cleared. Say, I am forgetful.
I am forgetful.
Cleared. And then we had our coherence around the temporal lobes, and again, a couple different statements. The first one is umbilical. Say, I am accurate in how I am accurate
I am accurate
in how I see others' emotional state.
in how I see others' emotional state.
We are umbilically on with that. Yay. And I'm just getting that I just need to put out there. And so our empathic abilities are really in tune there. So it's just helping us hone in that empathic way, in a positive empathic way. The other statement, say, I easily find the right words
I easily find the right words
to express my thoughts.
to express my thoughts.
Yay. And then we came back around to addiction. And these were the addictions that are in some way associated to the problems. Say, I'm addicted to isolation,
I'm addicted to isolation,
to playing it small and safe,
to playing it small and safe,
to getting distracted,
to getting distracted,
to the doing addiction,
to the doing addiction,
to resentment.
to resentment.
Cleared. Yay. All right. And then we moved to our intention statements. And this time we did them all together. And they were all of the ones that I had captured. All right. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. All right. All right. Say freedom and enlightenment.
Freedom and enlightenment.
I break free from tyranny of self-limiting beliefs.
I break free from tyranny of self-limiting beliefs.
Clarity, kindness,
Clarity, kindness,
breathing, tapping.
breathing, tapping.
I receive abundance
I receive abundance
with the knowledge of my worthiness.
with the knowledge of my worthiness.
I am deserving.
I am deserving.
I am capable.
I am capable.
It is easy,
It is easy,
and I am filled with joy.
and I am filled with joy.
I trust myself.
I trust myself.
Excuse me, had to move something there. The energy is in motion. All right. Say, I am open, aware, and present.
I am open, aware, and present.
Magical thinking.
Magical thinking.
Being and staying in the heart, awake and aware.
being and staying in the heart, awake and aware.
I flow smoothly.
I flow smoothly.
When I notice a negative thought spiral,
When I notice a negative thought spiral,
I immediately connect to my higher self.
I immediately connect to my higher self.
I am manifesting a fulfilling and magical life
I am manifesting a magical, fulfilling life
with my divine soulmate.
with my divine soulmate.
I trust in myself and source,
I trust in myself and source,
that my dreams are my reality.
that my dreams are my reality.
I joyfully and with clear vision
I joyfully and with clear vision
open my heart to karmic romantic relationships
open my heart to karmic romantic relationships
and being in community
and being in community
as the upgraded version of me.
as the upgraded version of me.
I go into my heart
I go into my heart
with every thought and meeting of people
with every thought and meeting of people
and situations.
and situations.
I develop better discernment.
I develop better discernment.
I let negative news be neutralized.
I let negative news be neutralized.
My inner voice is powerful and true.
My inner voice is powerful and true.
I release subconscious and unconscious blocks to move forward.
I release subconscious and unconscious blocks to move forward.
I live in the joyous presence of now.
I live in the joyous presence of now.
I slow down, meditate,
I slow down, meditate,
and get more clarity on what I want.
and get more clarity on what I want.
I have a year of incredible opportunities.
I have a year of incredible opportunities.
Daily meditation.
Daily meditation.
Miracles happen.
Miracles happen.
I ask for guidance.
I ask for guidance.
I am getting healthy again.
I am getting healthy again.
I let go of negative thoughts and beliefs
I let go of negative thoughts and beliefs
that kept me imprisoned in smallness
that kept me imprisoned in smallness,
and step forth
and step forth
as the strong woman I am,
as the strong woman I am,
no matter what other people think.
no matter what other people think.
Nice, solid on. Yay. All right. And I do believe we have all women on the call, but if we have any men that listen to this, just know that you just insert self into the statements. Okay. All right. From that point, we moved to the chakra repatterning, and we found out that it was ether that was involved as far as the problems were concerned. So the non-coherence say, my life is meaningless. My life is meaningless. Cleared. I did still get a little bump in the high heart with that one, but again, we're moving it, we're shifting it. That false belief of our lives being meaningless, because it kind of taps into, again, Kaylin, she just kind of, I think, did a little bit of channeling of information at the very beginning of the session, because a lot of the things we ended up working on touched back to what she talked about, that all you have to do is live from love and you're fulfilling your purpose. So your life cannot be meaningless. All right. Then we looked at emotion, how emotion was involved. In this case, it was ether chakra. Say, I feel depressed.
I feel depressed.
Cleared. And then we moved to the brow chakra. Say, shock from seeing something.
Shock from seeing something.
That is violent and shocking.
That is violent and shocking.
Cleared. Yay. And on the physical aspect of things, we were dealing with water. Say, dry skin.
Dry skin.
Cleared. And then we were looking at our vertebrae, and we were in the fire chakra, specifically L4. Say, I feel powerless.
I feel powerless.
Cleared. Yay. And then we looked at our chakra circuitry. Say, disrupted energy in my fire chakra.
Disrupted energy in my fire chakra.
At the negative pole of my thighs.
At the negative pole of my thighs.
Cleared. All right. This one's umbilical around the Ethos Chakra. Say the energy of my Ethos Chakra
The energy of my ether chakra
flows out with too much force.
flows out with too much force.
Cleared umbilically. Yay. And then we came around to the brow chakra. This one is also umbilical. This is what was bringing us into balance. Say, I am intuitive.
I am intuitive.
Nice, solid umbilical on every level. All right. Then we moved to the compensation repatterning, and we found out that the collapse compensation associated to these problems had to do with shyness. And we had 3 different statements. Say, I isolate myself so as to survive.
I isolate myself so as to survive.
Cleared. Yay. I distrust people.
I distrust people.
Cleared. Say, I am afraid of people.
I am afraid of people.
Cleared. And this, of course, in no way negates the fact that there's things going on out there that we want to be careful of, aware of, safe from, but it helps us to deal with it in a different way and perhaps a more coherent way. Then the coherence we were working with had to do with the antidote of suppression. Say, I am loved, accepted, and safe.
I am loved, accepted, and safe.
When I express my feelings,
When I express my feelings,
sexuality,
sexuality,
needs,
needs,
and personality.
and personality.
That is a nice solid on. Yay. All right. There's something more we need for this session? No, this session is complete. All right. And a round of applause from Cheryl. All right. I'll open it up to questions and comments. You can just unmute and share. I think Leila, you have your hand up. You have something you want to share with the group?
Yeah, I have something I want to share with the group, but that was just a signal of applause for.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah, thank you. It's interesting because when you first said it, I didn't recognize anything in connection with it. But when you did the thing about the thighs, and I wasn't aware of anything with my thighs except maybe a little too much cellulite. But when you did this last one, when you to see whether or not it was clear, I felt the most incredible. There's a very light energy, but it's like there was this light energy just flowed right, well, at the top of my thighs. And I said, wow, there's something there that, like I said, I wasn't aware of. But it just came down. It just or came up or came on or whatever. But it's a very almost tingly, but not that intense, but very noticeable. So hopefully maybe I'll find out what that's about if I need to or not. Maybe it's just something of it that was important. So yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, so that was so cool. The whole time you were talking, Leila, I had waves of vibrational energy going through me. So something about your realization affected the whole group as well.
Okay.
So that was very, very cool.
Well, wonderful. Good. Let's all heal.
Yeah, that exactly.
Yes.
That's why we choose to come together. Beautiful. All right. Anyone else?
Hey, Terry, I would just ask, is there anything that we need to take away from the session that we work with for the next few days or day?
That's a good question. And is it, it's just this last statement. It's the last statement. So if you want to jot it down, it is, I am loved, accepted, and safe. And if you don't want to jot it down, no worries, because you have the recording. You can always come back and listen to it. But that's the beginning. I am loved, accepted, and safe. When I express my feelings, sexuality, needs, and personality. So I'm so glad you asked. Are there any other statements we need to capture? No. And the thing about repatternings is that you can walk away and never think about it again, and you still have all the full effects. But every once in a while, it is beneficial just to have a statement to reflect on or use as a meditating thought, or, you know, in whatever way feels good to you. Maybe you do some art around it. I don't know. So I'm glad you asked.
Terry, is there guidance on the number of days or is it open?
We need specifics. We do not. Whatever feels right to you, do. You could do it for the next 4 years, Kaylin, if you want. Whatever feels
doing
good.
it. So you know, if you love doing something, you'll keep doing it probably.
Yeah.
Right?
I tend personally, what I tend to do is I get a nice sticky, put it on my bathroom mirror. And as long as I notice it, I know that it's mine to notice. And then when I stop noticing it, it's like, okay, something new is going to come along. So that's my way of connecting with it, that remembrance. Anyone else? Questions, thoughts, experiences you want to share? Okay. Well, again, I'm just,
I do want
go
to
ahead.
say thank you to Drew. You did a brilliant job of
Yes.
being the voice for the group. Thank you so much. Really helpful to me.
You're welcome. I'm happy to help.
All right. I
Yeah.
will,
and
ahead.
just one more thing was just the whole thing about the blue, the color blue. And this is something Joya's comment reminded me of, because I'd forgotten. When I was changing my name 15 and a half years ago, I almost changed my last name to blue because blue is my favorite color. And so whenever blue comes up, it's just amazing for me. And I just wanted to also energize that. And you know, it's like, I have blue everywhere. I'm wearing green today, but for healing, right? So I can heal. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that too, about the sky is blue, the waters are blue, and the sky, we have clear skies. So the probably the largest color we have in our world is the color blue. So, yeah, that's what
I never thought of that. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I do want to just say thank you again so much for everyone attending. Know that I will get the recording out in I'm going to say the next week, hopefully sooner, but give me a week because it's been crazy with the Mercury retrograde stuff. I also want to say thank you. And if in any way you feel drawn to do this work individually, know that I do give a great discount for anyone that chooses to do that. It's normally 120. You get a 30% discount because it's 80 for a session. So my math, who knows? So in any case, that's also part of the email that goes out, or if you want to reach out to me, feel free to. I feel blessed to do this work as we're doing it. So this is what it is. In itself, it's so powerful. So if this is all you need, that's absolutely cool as well. I think that's all for the moment. So
we will meet again when Mercury
yes.
gets ready to go retrograde again in about
Yes.
a month. And Terry, just thank you so much. This work, I appreciate your willingness to do this for the group. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you all. So much gratitude and love. Sending out the love because that's where we're coming from. Everyone, take care. Back at you, Lisa.
Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year, too. Thank
Happy
you.
New Year. Yes.
And
Bye-bye.
happy birthday, Berica.
You too, Kate.